Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Bullying Reported Please podcast. I am E. Jones Blacksher, your hostess. We'll explore real life stories on this podcast, expert insights, and practical strategies for identifying, addressing, and preventing bullying behavior. Whether you're a parent, an educator, or just a concerned citizen, a relative, in each episode, we'll explore different aspects of bullying, from its root causes to its far reaching effects. And we'll also provide you with practical advice and resources for reporting and addressing bullying in schools, in the workplace, and beyond. Yes, even in your church, everywhere there are people, there's the potential of being a bullying situation. So just join us as we advocate for a world where everyone feels safe, they're respected, and empowered to speak up against bullying. Let's make reporting bullying the norm, not the exception. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, grab your kids, grab your cousins, nieces, and nephews. This podcast today is for them. So, it's for our children. And today we'll talk about internet safety. We'll talk about internet safety. So, that teacher in me, may I have your attention, please? Listen up, listen up, because we're going to dig into the internet safety, how to be safe online. Because we do know that there are a lot of predators out there. There are people hiding behind a screen, and they could very well be imposters. So, at different stages and phases in our lives, I remember growing up, and we would, our parents would always tell us to be aware. They would give us safety tips anytime we got ready to go somewhere, even just sitting around the house. They would tell us to be aware of your surroundings at all times. They would tell us things, don't talk to strangers. Look both ways before you cross the street. Know your address, know your phone number. And if anybody's messing with you, if anybody bothering you or picking on you, make sure you come home and you tell us about it. And, they also told us respect yourself, respect others. Don't do drugs. Don't drink and drive. Share your location. I need to know where you are. Um, put on your seatbelt when you got in the car. Call me when you get to where you're going. Don't follow too close. And, during the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, wash your hands. Don't get too close to people. Sanitize your hands. The list goes on and on and on. So, rarely do we have the conversation. I don't remember ever having the conversation about bullying. Of course, we didn't have computers that they're not as were not as prevalent then as it is now. We weren't. I mean, they didn't talk about cyber security, uh, let alone sextortion, grooming, sexting, and catfishing. We knew absolutely nothing about that. But I'm here to tell you that online predators can be just as dangerous as those that are walking among us. Think about it. Think about it. The ones that are walking among us could very well be the ones that's hiding behind the screen. And the same kids that bully you at school, at work, or at church, or wherever, that can be, and probably is and will bully you online as well. So you just really don't know who they are. So here are a few tips for you. I'm saying children, but these tips are actually for everyone. But let's have the talk. Let's have the talk right now about internet safety. First and foremost, protect your personal information. You wouldn't go out blabbing your address to the world, your phone number to the world. So don't share personal information online. Don't share your personal details, your full name, your address, your phone number, your school, even your school name, or other personal details online. If you got a problem of what's too personal, ask your parents, ask a trusted adult if this is too personal to put out there online. And when you do your passwords, don't make it something that somebody can easily guess. Use strong passwords. And of course, they'll create the passwords that are hard to guess, but you can remember what they are. Try not to reuse passwords across different platforms, across different sites. I know it's easy. It's easy to do that because a lot of passwords get twisted in your head and you'll forget. So you often have to reset password like I do because sometimes they can be so different, even though they're very similar, but they're different and I really forget which one I use it for. So um, use different passwords for different sites and change them regularly. Change those uh, passwords regularly so that you can keep your account secure. And oh, by no means, please don't share your password with your friends, only with your parents or a trusted adult. Do you share your password? And I would say put that password somewhere where your family, your parents can find that password. Um, and you never know, they might need it one day. And here's the one, just like you were taught, do not talk to strangers just in real life. Don't talk to strangers online either. You could, um, because again, not everyone you meet is who they say they are. Even in person, they could not be who they say they are. So online, it's the same thing. Do not, do not talk to strangers. And if you don't know uh, who these people are, don't even. I have a method. It'll help, but it's not foolproof. But it will help. When someone requests to be my friend, the first thing I do is go to their profile. If their profile is so new, I'm not going to even bother. I delete the request. And if anybody ever asks you to meet up, don't. Just that simple. Don't. I'm not going to highly encourage you not to. I'm going to say do not ever agree to meet up with a person that you met online. Just don't. It's just not safe. It's not safe at all. Beware of catfishing. Catfishing is when somebody pretend to be who they're not. They pretend to be someone else. And you should be very cautious about that. Anyone you meet online who asks too much personal information, um, be very, very, very wary about that. Think before you post. Is this something that I want my parents to see? Is this something I want my teacher to see, my pastor to see? Think about it because anything you post out there online can be saved, shared by others, even if they delete it later, y'all, it's there. It is permanent. Think safety. think as if you were walking around in your community or walking around somewhere that you have never been. You're not familiar with the surroundings. So think before you put anything out there online, and especially explicit photos or videos. Be respectful. Treat people the way you want to be treated online as well as in public, face to face. You don't want anyone to mistreat you, so be kind to others. You never know. This might it could be, it could save their lives. You have just spoken a kind word to someone that's down. Imagine how it would lift you up, someone being kind. Avoid unsafe content. Stay away from those inappropriate sites. Age appropriate, please. Stay with your age. Avoid those sites. Ask if you're not sure if this site is good. And please don't click on unknown links. It could take you, it could actually put a virus on your computer. Don't download the files when you don't know the source. And when you get those suspicious emails, I always go to that says from AT&T, your account is locked. On and on. I mean, they come in all kinds of shapes, forms, and fashions. Go to the address. Go click on the little side arrow and go to the address and see. And you will see that it is not from AT&T, Amazon, or whoever. It usually has some kind of, it's a .com email address. And I've seen them where they were somebody's name. Red flags, uncomfortable conversations. Follow your gut. If someone online makes you feel uncomfortable, or they ask you to keep secrets, or they try to get you to do something that you know is wrong, stop the conversation. Stop the conversation. Tell a trusted adult immediately. And preserve the evidence, because this could be an online predator. It very well could. You just don't know. So err on the side of caution. Beware of those free offers. Let it go. Nothing out here is free. It's not free. Games, prizes, these can be scams to sell your information, or again, install harmful software. So be very careful entering contests. That's why when you see all these ton of emails, these spam emails, you have no clue where they came from. It could very well be because you accepted an offer, or you were trying to get a coupon to play a game or something to that effect. And use those privacy settings that are on your social media as well as your computer. Use those security features, those privacy settings. You can control who see your profile for the most part. Again, err on the side of safety, err on the side of caution. Use those privacy settings to limit who can see your information in your post. And only friend people that you know. Call them, ask them, did you send me a friend request? Text them. And because their page could have been hacked, or they could just simply be imposters. So we don't want to give them any information that they don't already have, and they should have very little. Report it. If you don't know how to report it, ask a trusted adult, someone that is computer literate. Report the suspicious activity, and then block it. Block unwanted contacts. Block users who are bothering you, or who don't want to, or who you don't want to interact with. Scrub your friends list every now and then. Children. I'm saying children, um, but parents, responsible adults, keep that open dialogue. Keep the communication open. Talk about that online activity. Tell your parents what's going on about what you're doing online, who you're talking to, and any experiences that did make you feel uneasy. No secrets. No secrets. No secrets. If someone asks you to keep something secret online, please, if you don't tell anything, you tell that right away. Because again, err on the side of caution. No secrets, photos, videos. Ooh-wee. I'm pretty sure some of you out there already know it has happened. It will happen. But with AI now, a lot of things can be manipulated. However, don't give them the tools that they need. Avoid sharing personal photos. Don't share photos or videos with people that you don't know. Even putting it out there online, the explicit photos, explicit videos. And check before you share. Think carefully about who you're sharing this with, who can see this, and making sure that they are appropriate, but you have no guarantees that they won't embarrass you later. So please, again, I'm saying don't put anything out there that you wouldn't want to surface again. Let's say if you ran for political office or you aspire to go higher, even looking for a job, do you know that first thing they do is go to your social media pages and see what you post? Like or share, same difference. It's the same thing. You're like, I've heard it said, co-signing what somebody said. So you're agreeing with somebody said. And again, check before you share. Like, share somebody else's post. Be very careful about that. And your whole life, there's life outside of the internet. There's life outside of being online. Spend time doing something offline for a change. Play it, go outside. Read, spend time with your family and your friends in person. Let's just not just sit here and be all in on online. Be critical of what you see online. Everything, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. So not everything is true online. It's not real. And people sometimes they lie, they exaggerate. So when you're online, again, think about it. Be very cautious. Be very cautious about what you see and hear online. And just general tips. Trust your gut. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not. If it makes you uncomfortable, it's important that you listen to your feelings and take action by talking to a trusted adult. Again, don't keep secrets. Let's be clear. You should never keep secrets from your parents, even if someone online asks you to. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I said parents, trusted adult, because even some people in our midst, in our own families, our own circles cannot be trusted. And you don't, you won't get in trouble for telling what's going on to a trusted adult, someone that will protect you. And If this happened to you online, or a predator or someone make you feel uncomfortable online, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. So don't feel so guilty, so ashamed that you hide it, because it can cause detriment to you. Put it out there. Put it out there. Report it. Block it. Keep the evidence. But you should go to somebody immediately. They have people out there that are predators. They go online looking for people. I'm not going to overwhelm you. I don't want to overwhelm you today with online safety tips and to get into what could happen online. So I don't want to overwhelm you today, but tune in next week for us to continue this conversation about online safety. It is very important in this high-tech world, and it is ever evolving. And the more the internet evolves, the more the predator evolves. So we just cannot sit back. We have to stay on top of it. Parents, children, you all. My kids teach me about things on the internet. So let's be open and talk with our children. Spend more time with our children. Limit the time that they spend on the computer. And I pray that this podcast is helping you. It is helping save some lives. And when I say save lives, I mean physically and mentally, because this epidemic of bullying, online, cyberbullying, sextortion, grooming, sexting, catfishing, it could have lifelong effects. And the life that you save could very well be your own. It could be a family member, a trusted friend, but any life, whether you know them or not, that could be my doctor. That could be my lawyer. So again, I just want to keep you safe. Keep you safe. I'm not going to sit here and just bash you. I'm not going to do that. The mission here is to keep you safe online as well as offline, because the basic premises apply on and off. I just want to definitely thank you for joining us on today's episode of Bullying Reported Please podcast. We hope the stories and the insights that I've shared, I really hope it inspired you to take a stand against bullying and to support those in need. Remember, each one of us, we have the power to make a difference by speaking up, offering a helping hand, and spreading kindness. We can create a safer and more inclusive environment for everyone, but it's going to take all of us. So stay tuned for more episodes, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on social media for updates and additional resources. If you or someone you know is experiencing bullying, report it, please, because your voice matters. Until next time, keep striving for greatness, and remember, together we can make a positive change. I am E. Jones Blacksher. Thank you, and take care.